You know, we all dream of escaping the daily grind sometimes, just getting away from it all. But what if the escape you found wasn't just to a new place, but to a whole new time? Well, today we're diving into the incredible story of a man whose search for a way out, well, it led him on a journey that would redefine reality as he knew it. Let's get into it. Now, that's a question that really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? Our whole world is just obsessed with the future. What's next? The latest gadget, the next big thing. But this story, it flips that whole idea on its head. It suggests that sometimes the deepest answers, maybe even the escape we're really looking for, it's not ahead of us, it's behind us. All right, so let's meet our guy, Arjun Mehta. Picture this, he's 28 years old, living in Bangalore, and he is just absolutely drowning in the corporate world. I mean, you know the feeling, right? The endless deadlines, the phone buzzing constantly, just this wall of digital noise that never ever stops. And here, you can see the two sides of his coin. On one hand, you've got that relentless digital pressure cooker. And on the other, a decision he made in June of 2024 that was, well, it was radical. This wasn't some carefully laid out plan. Nope. It was a leap of faith, a desperate act. A one-way ticket to Vietnam with no backup, driven by this deep, gut-level need to just feel alive again. So Arjun lands in Vietnam, and he doesn't just hang out in the city. He goes deep into the wild, untamed jungles of Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park. And right away, this place, it feels different, ancient. And it's out here, in the middle of nowhere, that he starts hearing whispers of a local mystery. And look, the stories he's hearing, they're not about the famous caves you see in the tour guides. No, these whispers are about something else entirely, a place that isn't on any map, a place that people are told, very seriously, to stay away from, a forbidden place. And then he gets the warning directly. A village elder looks him in the eye and says it, plain and simple, Kong ai Guai Lai. Nobody comes back. Chilling, right? But for Arjun, that warning doesn't scare him off. In fact, it does the opposite. It ignites something in him. Now, he has to know what's in there. So after pushing deep into the jungle, he finally finds it. And this thing, it's not just some hole in a cliff. It's described as a gaping maw, literally breathing out this cold, ancient air that feels completely out of place. He said that standing at the entrance, it felt like time itself was getting weird, like the rules of the world were already starting to bend. So he goes in, and what happens next? It's a total blur. Just confusion, disorientation. He wakes up somewhere else. It's pitch black. He's on a cave floor that feels wrong, and it's covered in this weird glowing moss that seems to pulse with a faint light. And then he hears it, a sound. And this isn't just any sound. It's the kind of sound that freezes you right where you stand. It's not an animal he recognizes. It's not something from our world. It's this deep, primal roar that feels impossibly ancient, and it's so powerful it shakes the very foundations of the cave. It's the sound of reality breaking. He scrambles out of the cave, trying to make sense of it all, and this is what he sees. The lush, green Vietnamese jungle? Gone. In its place is this primeval landscape. The sky is a perpetual twilight, choked with churning volcanic ash, and there are these giant ferns that tower over him like buildings. This is a world that simply should not exist. So what happened? The staggering, mind-blowing reality is that he didn't just travel to a new place. He was thrown 66 million years into the past. He's in the Late Cretaceous period. He is literally standing on Earth at the twilight of the age of dinosaurs. At that point, everything else just fades away. Survival is the only thing that matters. Think about it. He's the only human on a planet that has never seen one before. He has to adapt, and fast. He starts learning the rhythms of this savage new world, what he can eat, how to hide, how to mask his scent. And it's during this desperate fight for survival that he stumbles onto a discovery that changes the game completely. Deep inside another part of the cave system, he finds paintings. But these are like nothing he's ever seen. They're clearly not from early humans. They seem to show the cave itself as some kind of fracture in time. And they use these strange symbols that look a lot like complex math equations. It's like a user manual and a warning, left behind by some other intelligence. And right there, among all the symbols, is one single, impossible word. The word is vikalpa. It's Sanskrit.
carved into rock 66 million years before the Sanskrit language would even exist, and its meaning is simple: choice. Suddenly it all clicks into place. The implication is staggering. This cave isn't a freak of nature. It's a crossroads. It's a test.
Okay, so this discovery just changes everything. His journey, which was all about just staying alive, suddenly it has this much deeper, cosmic meaning. And that new purpose? It's about to face the biggest test imaginable.
He survives for 47 days, and on the 47th day, the end of the world arrives. Not his world, theirs. He looks up, and the sky is on fire. He is witnessing the beginning of the end, the Chicxulub asteroid impact, the event that will wipe out the dinosaurs and change life on this planet forever.
And as this prehistoric world burns around him, the entrance to the cave begins to glow. It's his way out. And right there, that's his choice, the Vikalpa. Does he stay and become the only human being to ever witness the death of a world? To gain that ultimate terrifying perspective? Or does he go back? Back to spreadsheets, back to Zoom calls, back to the exact life he ran away from? I mean, what would you even do?
And in that one single earth-shattering moment, he finally gets it. This whole journey, it was never really about escaping his job. It was about finding perspective, the kind of perspective you can only get when you stare into the abyss of time itself. He finally understood what Vikalpa truly meant.
So he makes his choice. He steps back through the portal. But the world he returns to, and more importantly the things he brings back with him, they are absolute proof that this journey was real. So real.
And the time difference is it's mind-bending. For Arjun, he lived through 47 days of brutal, non-stop, life-changing survival. But here, in the present, he looks at his watch, only 3 hours have gone by. 47 days compressed into 3 hours. And get this, he didn't come back empty-handed, he brought souvenirs. In his pack, he had proof, impossible objects that defy all logic. A fossilized frond from a fern that's been extinct for millions of years. A mosquito from the Cretaceous period, perfectly preserved in amber. And the most unbelievable thing of all, a Polaroid picture of a T-Rex at sunset.
I mean, after you've witnessed the end of an entire geological era, how do you go back to your desk job? How could he possibly go back to spreadsheets and code? He couldn't. The journey completely transformed him. He found a new purpose. He founded an entire organization dedicated to studying our planet's deepest past and the very strange physics of time.
And that, right there, was the real prize of his journey. It wasn't the T-Rex photo. It wasn't even the time travel itself. The true reward was how it fundamentally changed him, how he saw himself and his place in the grand scheme of things. The whole prehistoric odyssey, it was really an internal one.
So this incredible story leaves us with one final thought to chew on. It suggests that maybe reality is a lot more flexible than we think, that the past isn't just some dusty old storybook, but maybe a resource, something we can explore to change our future. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you could take a journey, not necessarily through time, but just to find a totally new perspective, what would you be hoping to find?